Hello, hello. My name is Lindsay Westner,
Hi, I'm Irene Basson.
and we are PurpleZA. Thank you for taking the time to explore with us. In case you didn't notice, there's not a lot of purple around. That is because at Purple, we are not about the color, but we are about putting purpose and people at the heart of teacher education. Purple, get it? And we exist for teachers because we believe that teachers are absolutely the best humans. And we know that teachers went into teaching with a very strong sense of purpose and a calling. And so everything that we do exists for teachers.
Exactly. And Lindsay and I have both been in teacher training for many, many, many years, literally what's that place, Lindsay?
Alchemist.
Yes, to Copenhagen. Um, and everywhere we meet teachers, we just know that they are the best humans. But we also know that they work really, really hard, and that they are also then expected to do teacher training or professional development, usually in the afternoons after school, when they are exhausted, they've had a long day, they don't have the headspace, they still want to set a test for tomorrow or, get marking done. And these professional development workshops are usually kind of one size fits all. So whether you are teaching maths to matrics or you have little grade twos that you're teaching, it's not always relevant to your subject or to the age that you're teaching or at the level at which you want to learn, right? You might be an expert at something or a beginner at something. So Lindsay and I sat and we thought about how can we make this better so that we don't waste teachers' time and don't have this one size fits all situation in workshops that we have at the moment. And that is really how Purple was born.
So with our Purple platform, which we'll give you a little tour around in a second, we give teachers choice in when they learn, in where they learn, in what and how they learn, so that they have ownership of their own professional development. They feel like they have their time is theirs. They feel like they're able to develop and upskill and get better, but not within this restricted one size fits all space, but really in a way that empowers them and shows them that their time and their expertise and their dedication to getting better is acknowledged.
Exactly. So we created this platform that teachers can go to and do courses. And there are more than 42 courses at the moment. So that gives you about 800 plus hours of PD. Each course has 10 or so units of about an hour each. And it covers the material, it covers EdTech, how to use all of the EdTech tools, all the various cutting edge progressive pedagogies. Productivity, saving teachers' time is high priority for us, and also teacher wellness, because we know how important that is. So you might recognize some of the EdTech tools that we cover in our courses, those and lots more. So they are Google, they are Microsoft, they are independent third-party ones, a variation. But I think most importantly, Lindsay, is that they never stand alone, right? We always embed them in the pedagogy. So, and you might recognize a lot of these project-based learning, inquiry-based learning, growth mindset, differentiation. And within the course of differentiation, we would have units that link to specific EdTech tools, but it's never two separate things. It's really how do you integrate it in the class and look at it as a holistic exercise. Exactly. So shall we hop into Purple? I think
I think so. That would be a good idea. So basically, if you have a look at our website, purpleza.co.za, you'll see that we've got a number of things there. We've got our services listed. We've got stories, which we'll tell you about in a moment. But if you hop to our courses page, that is really where you can get an overview of all of the courses that we offer to our subscribing schools. And essentially the learning journey through these courses is always the same. Discover it is the introduction, the why I would want to do the course. Then master it is, as Irene mentioned, those little units, bite-size, 1 hour more or less, chunks of learning, so teachers don't have to dedicate an entire Saturday morning, for instance, to working through a course. Our courses are always connected to stories of innovation from South African classrooms. So when I actually do this thing, what does this look like in practice in a teacher's classroom who teaches my subject, my age students? And then, of course, once you have finished all of your units, you have the opportunity to demonstrate what you know in our budget section. That is, generally speaking, a comprehensive quiz, but in our more advanced courses, we also have file uploads where teachers upload evidence of their learning.
Yes, so
you can click on the download course catalog button on our website to get a detailed view of what is in all of our courses.
Right, so let's give you an overview of some of our gamified courses that we have. So we have 4 categories. The Tech Up category is more of at a beginner's level, and that covers a lot of edtech
all your
tools,
basic Google,
basic things,
Microsoft,
but also things
well
like
general
time hacks, how to save time, how to be cyber savvy with passwords, etc. Then we have the Level Up categories, which is a little bit more advanced, how to become a learning architect, assessment, interactive online learning.
And this is really where we're shifting deliberately into more student-centered pedagogical classroom practice space.
Exactly. Then we have the Shake Up category, which is even more advanced, and you'll see here things like differentiation, place-based learning, teaching with 21st century skills and the forgotten C's, flipped classrooms, and so on. And then finally, our Power Up section, or a category which has probably the more for those really advanced teachers, project-based learning, VR, AR, design thinking, growth mindset, etc.
So shall we hop into a course? Maybe let's have a look at, so we call teachers learning architects at PurpleZA. So maybe let's have a look at our Becoming a Learning Architect course so we can get an idea of what's on offer there. So in our courses, you'll see at the top, there's always an XP points tracker so that teachers can track their progress as they move through the unit. The Discover It, as we mentioned earlier, is the why, the introduction to the course. So here we explain the difference between being a teacher and being a learning architect. Then in our Master It section, we have a number of different units that make up the course. And you'll see there each of those are worth a certain number of XP points. In this course, we're using the 5 E's pedagogical framework, and we look at different strategies using technology and not using technology, and that teachers can use to guide learning and design learning using this framework. Shall we hop into maybe one of those units over there? Let's have a look at choice boards, maybe.
Okay.
So evaluate with choice boards is one of the units there. So now you'll see the content is very much casual in terms of language. It's relatable. It's not overly academic. Unit 7, can you believe it? It's fun and engaging and vibey. So your teachers will always have a get it in the little unit. That's the introduction. Where are we at? What are we trying to do here? Then our Explore It is always a collection of examples across age levels and across subject levels, so teachers can see what exactly does this thing that we're learning about look like in practice. And you'll see there's a wide range of examples there that teachers can relate to and even make a copy of and use with their students. And then we'll link to interesting articles and we'll give teachers hands-on activities. You'll see there it says your turn, some templates for them to build on. And very importantly, across our platform, we have our digital goodie bags because we love a little goodie bag. And those goodie bags, maybe you can open it up for us there. Those goodie bags are folders of examples, resources that teachers can literally take, copy, edit, tweak with their content and use with their class tomorrow. So really, really hands-on practical things that make teachers super, super happy when they see them, because they can grab it and go and make the learning happen in their classrooms.
Yeah, and I think the great thing about these are that you can really change them and edit them, right? They're not PDFs, they are
No.
ones that you can make your own, and teachers love that because they can never use something exactly as it is.
Exactly. So once you've explored some examples and you've got your goodie bag in the Explore It section, then we get to the Learn It. So this is step by step on the level of pedagogy, the content of the textbook, as well as, not the textbook, the choice board.
In the choice board.
Not the textbook.
Little
And
video.
as well as the video showing you the techie, step by step, how do I set it up, looking at how do we assess, etc. And then you will find the Prove It quiz, right? So this is where you're going to demonstrate your learning. So shall we have a go at this together, Irene?
Yeah, I've done the first one. Choice boards.
I like your first answer, yes. I think the next one, let's go with for any age and subject, and we can use them to personalize learning.
That's true.
What steps are critical? Definitely planning and the choice of activities.
Which two
aspects? We should include reflection and some teacher evaluation. And then we've got tic-tac-toe is a type of choice board, bingo, and game boards, not Quality Street, although we could use one of those.
Okay,
and then you're going to click on submit. There's going to be a moment of suspense. Let's hope we manage to pass this live. And then we have the joy-bringing burst of confetti, and we have earned 100 XP points towards our Becoming a Learning Architect badge. So that just gives you an idea of what a unit is like. So as you can see, one first chunk of learning, and now you can see that you've earned 100 XP points.
And you'll see if I go back to the Master It section in the course that I have now done this unit. So you can see where you are. And sometimes teachers like to go from beginning to end and work through, but you can also dip in and out, earn your points. If you really want to just get familiar with visible thinking routines, you can go there straight away. You don't have to do it in order.
Absolutely. So shall we hop back to the course page? So once you've completed the minimum number of XP points that you require for this particular course, you'll see we always have our connected. So that is examples of South African teachers who are actually designing learning using this framework, doing this thing in their classroom. So who shall we have a look at there, Lee? Irene?
Let me do that.
And we realize that a lot of teachers want to innovate. They want to see what these things look like in their classroom, but unless we can show them an example, sometimes they struggle to connect their learning to their subject or the age that they teach. So for instance, this is Lee. She's a grade 0 teacher, and she uses the 5 E's framework for inquiry-based learning with her students. You can see the ECD curriculum standards that she's meeting. We've got the whole map of her learning journey. You'll see the 5 E's featuring there nicely as to how she designed it. Then, of course, we love chatting to these teachers. So on our Espresso Cafe YouTube channel, you'll find interviews with these teachers that we feature who are just doing amazing things. And then you'll see all of her student activities, how she took the students through the learning, and her resources. There's her Wonderwall, etc. The app that she created for her students that you can use with yours. And everything is there for you to engage with, to edit, to copy, to use. And of course, you can connect with Lee and reach out to her and learn more and do more with other teachers across the country.
Yeah, and I think that is when teachers really light up, is when they see other teachers' work, right? And when they see other students' work. I think that's really powerful to learn by example, as we know as teachers.
Absolutely. And then once you have explored all of the connections and seen how it can translate to action in your classroom, then we have the badge it. So that is the large assessment quiz that you will need to pass to earn your badge. So what's very important to us is that teachers know where they are at all times. So on our user-friendly platform, teachers have got their little My Activity dashboard. And in there, you can see they have the opportunity to view their progress. So as they're moving through various different courses, how far are they with that particular course? And they have the option to hop back in. Here we go. Hop back into all of the courses that they're busy with. They can see their XP points being tracked and as they progress through the different courses. And then, of course, once a course is completed, that is translates into a badge. So those you'll find in the My Creds tab. There you'll see all of the badges that the teachers have earned. What is great about these is that they are also associated with certificates. So the certificates teachers can then download as a PDF and use to acquire their SACE points for the course. So no teachers on PurpleZA are ever going to have any difficulty meeting their SACE points requirements at all. And then, of course, we need a little bit of friendly competition.
Yes.
So we have our leaderboard, which serves the purpose of making the learning transparent and visible in your school, does give an opportunity for a little bit of friendly competition and banter, but importantly, actually kind of flattens the knowledge economy a little bit. So if I am struggling with something, I can go and see, oh, look at Clarissa, she's streaming ahead, she's got all of these badges. And I can actually go and chat to Clarissa and say, listen, can you help me with this course? How did you do this? And so then everything doesn't end up landing on the shoulders of your one EdTech coach or your one techie teacher or your one kind of innovative thinker. Everybody is able to get involved, and that's what starts to transform the culture of teaching and learning in your school.
Exactly. And then this gamified platform it's great for teachers, obviously, because they can see who's where. They get little rewards depending on how many badges they have and or time that they've spent. But as a school leader, as a principal, or as an ethic coach, you also now have a dashboard for the school where you can really see the teacher activity, the course activity, the time tracking as an accumulative stats, really, for those lovely board reports that we know you love to create, but also to give you some indication of where you are. I think often what we do when we do teacher training is like, okay, we've got a session on Monday afternoon, so what should we do next, right? What about hyperdocs? We haven't done that yet, but we don't really have a strategy. And here you really can look at these stats and decide, what do I need to focus on next?
Can you show us the course activity, for example?
Yep, let me go there. Okay, so for example, we can see that most teachers have engaged with the Google courses, but not many of them have actually looked at breaking down the silos, so doing cross-curricular work. So that's maybe something we could look at next year, is really pushing that. And as an EdTech coach, you can really work with different departments, trying to coordinate a cross-curricular project. So this is time tracking. When do teachers, what is this? Course tracking, which courses were popular, which courses were finished, etc. Then you also get some tracking of time. So let me hop into that. There you can see how much time people have spent on something. So you could also give incentives on if you've done 2 hours of learning and not just on badges, for example. And that gives you also an opportunity to, as a head or an ethic person, to say, hey, I see in the April holidays you did a whole lot of work. That's amazing. People really have the need to, I think, to feel motivated, you need to feel that you are known and that you are seen, and that the powers that be actually know what you're doing in your classroom.
And that graph that you're showing there, where teachers are doing professional development at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., exactly. 4 a.m., 5 a.m., I think that just speaks to the motivation that the gamified design really does generate, and the enthusiasm and the kind of continued desire to keep on learning, which of course is what we want to see in our teachers.
Exactly. And if you are a headmaster or the person in charge of having conversations, or just someone's coming to your office, you can click on their name, you can have a quick overview on what they're busy with, how much time they've spent, which courses they've completed. And that opens up the ability to have actual meaningful conversations, which will make people feel seen and heard, and also gives you the opportunity to showcase some of the things that they do in their classroom. So you can say, oh, I see you finished the differentiation course. Have you tried any of it in your class? Would you mind sharing that at a staff meeting? And it really puts the focus back onto learning again, as a school. Yeah, so while we're actually on this talking about leadership, we also do work quite closely with the leadership of our various schools that subscribe to lead or to kind of guide them in the practice of how do we motivate teachers, right? How do we make them feel seen and acknowledged? What kind of rewards and incentives can you put in place? What do we do in April when people are not chasing badges anymore? What is the next step, right? How do we really drive change completely in a school? So this is our Leadership Lounge website that's specifically for EdTech leaders, the principals, deputies of the school that work with staff development, and you'll see there are various things that you can go and check there. For example, if we look at the strategy sparks, that would be okay. So tell people why we are doing it. You might say, this is the reason why. And then we have some examples of what you could just copy and paste or tweak. So you don't always have to start from scratch with why do we do teacher development? Why do we think Purple is a good platform, etc.
Because we really want to support whole school change, right? So yes, what Purple gives you is access to the solid base where everybody has the same high quality professional development, with the same variety of courses on offer. But also then as leadership that you are supported throughout the year with different ideas. How do we, do we run an inter-house competition? Do we do an intergrade competition? How do we acknowledge teachers in different ways? How do we elevate and amplify the great things that our teachers are doing in their classes? So for us, it really is about connecting teachers within a community on our platform where they can share resources and talk to other teachers who are teaching the same grade or subject as them. But then also our community of leadership really is there to keep our progressive, innovative thinking school leaders inspired and give you everything that you need to drive change in your organization.
Absolutely. But this is not all, but wait, there's more. So if you do have a Purple subscription, you get this whole platform with 800 hours of courses, examples, digital goodie bags, leadership guidance, and but at all of that. But also you get access to our Espresso Cafe, which is interviews that we have with various teachers, like you saw the one of Lee's that we looked at earlier, but just quick inspirational shots of motivation that you can listen to an interview with a teacher and how they did something in their class in the time that it takes you to drink a cup of coffee. That's the whole idea. So check that out on our YouTube channel. That's actually for free, and it's not just for our subscribing schools. But then we also
have our Teach Fix webinars. Mm-hmm. So those are designed so that teachers who want to learn online in a more synchronous fashion can connect with us. We explore a number of different topics there, all centered around learning design, progressive pedagogies, tech, as well as amazing hacks to streamline teacher admin and make their lives easier. So you get all of that. And then we also have partnerships with a number of great progressive tech companies like Cami and Purple Mash and TextBlaze and Moat. And so our PurpleZA subscribers get access to extended pro trials, etc., of a number of incredible products as well.
So to summarize, for your teachers, PurpleZA is kind of this, or not just for your teachers, but it is this one-stop shop where you have the ability to drive whole school change, where teachers get what they want and leadership get what they want. So for teachers, They get a choice in what they learn. They don't have to listen to a spreadsheet workshop if that's not what they want to learn. It is personalized, it is differentiated at the level that you want to learn. It is connected to real examples of real South African schools with real curriculums, and all of the resources that you get is they are all editable. You can make copies of them and use them in your class tomorrow. We do want it to be hands-on and practical and not just learning for the sake of learning, but really something that you can take to your class tomorrow. And what we didn't say earlier or show you, but you might have noticed, there's a little chat bot on the side wherever you are on Purple. And that gives you a 24/7 support to a help desk. So we have lots of teachers at 11 p.m. saying, I cannot get this differentiation quiz to pass. What am I doing wrong? And there are real people on the other side of that support system who knows teachers and work with teachers, and we love to hear from teachers. Then for your leadership, you now also have these tools that you can work with.
So you can, of course, acknowledge and motivate teachers. We will spare you the details, but we've done comprehensive research into specifically what motivates teachers. And one of the key things is being seen and acknowledged. So you as school leadership have the opportunity to do that. You also have in your teachers' hands the very best of innovative technology and cutting edge progressive pedagogies from around the world, the absolute best of the best. Your teachers are learning about those tools. You have measurable outcomes, so your professional development is not just ad hoc. You can actually strategize and you can see what your teachers are doing and how they are progressing in their professional development. And all of this together gives you an opportunity to do more than just provide professional development for your teachers, but actually to build your school culture.
Because ultimately, I think what we really want is for teachers to get back that joy of learning. That's why they went into teaching in the first place, right? Because they loved learning. But I think somehow we forget how much fun it is. And when teachers remember how much fun they're having when learning, that joy spills over in classrooms, which is ultimately what we really want, is to make learning in schools in South Africa joyful places for education to grow and be fantastic.
Absolutely. So we'd love to share a cuppa with you and chat about how PurpleZA might bring the joy of learning back to your teachers. You can pop to our website, www.purpleza.co.za. You'll see there's a little contact us button. You can also follow us on social media to keep an eye on what we're doing. We regularly share freebies and goodie bags and amazing resources that are valuable for teachers and school leaders there as well. But we look forward to connecting with you soon to learn about how we can put purpose and people at the heart of teacher education.